All right, well, it's Saturday morning, and generally we would be doing the Saturday show. Now, I've been looking at the Saturday show more and more over the past month or so, and I'm thinking about kind of putting that away for now, at least for now, and doing something a bit different during the weekend, because generally Monday through Friday it's like all gaming news stuff going on pretty much constantly. Different gameplay videos and stuff we'll do as well, sometimes different accessories, systems, if they're coming out that day. We'll kind of sprinkle that in there, but generally, as a lot of you guys know, Monday through Friday we're covering different news topics, rumors, and things that are kind of happening as they're breaking if we can, or of course in the morning on Newswave. And then on Saturday, we'll kind of do the Saturday show, we'll go back through and we'll pick out comments from the comment section and kind of respond to them and conversate about them. But what I've been thinking about doing is maybe change it up a bit on Saturdays and Sundays. Sundays, we'll do some tech stuff, we'll change it up a bit. But Saturday generally still seems like I'm kind of doing the same thing throughout the week that I'm doing. So I want to change it up a bit. And on like Saturdays, maybe we talk about different things that are happening, whether it is an interesting piece of news that came up rather than just go back, look back at all the stuff we just did and then throw comments in. What I was thinking about doing is throughout the week, do a comment from the day before in that news wave. So like a Tuesday's news wave would have the comment from Monday, for example. And that way, if you leave a comment on Monday, you don't have to wait all the way until Saturday to see if it's picked. You'll just see it the next day. And the only one that'll be, I guess, a little weird is Friday to Monday. But that's like 2 days. So that's something I've been thinking about. I think we're going to try that here going into this week coming up. So that way it'll be a fun little thing where towards the end of Newswave, we'll have a comment of the day from the day before or something. And we'll throw that in there. I think it'll be neat, and it'll kind of just add to the overall show without having to create another one just for comments to be put in there. We'll kind of add it all to the show. So that'll be cool. We'll try that this week coming up. Now, here's the thing. This morning, I wanted to take a look at Sony's financials because they did answer some questions about the PlayStation 5, which is a hot topic right now. I am very interested in the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Scarlet. Now, of course, Xbox's Scarlet broken up into Lockhart, Anaconda. It sounds like we're going to hear about those at E3. So we kind of have an understanding. We've got to wait another, month and a half at this point, not even, to see them. That's exciting. But there were a lot of questions for Sony at their financial briefings, and it sounded like they are heavily investing in the PS5. Shocker. I know. It's crazy that they would invest in the PS5, yeah. But they're investing quite a bit of money that they've been making. So what exactly did Sony do over their last fiscal year, which was fiscal year, I guess, 2018 is what they have it set up as. But they did quite a bit. They moved almost 18 million units. They moved 17.8 million. Remember, they had their kind of their projections at 17 million. They topped that, 17.8 million. I've told you guys before, the PlayStation 4 is like unstoppable right now. It still is. Now, they've lowered their expectations a bit for this fiscal year, coming up to 16 million. And, they'll have price cuts. There's even a rumored PlayStation 4 Slim, another one, I guess a Super Slim or something, later this year. And of course, revisions with cheaper price points do help to sell systems. I don't know how much cheaper they'll make it or what they'll do with it, but a revision nonetheless will be interesting, and that should be later on this year, according to a bunch of rumors. But PlayStation 4 actually moved 2.6 million units during quarter 4. That, of course, is kind of the beginning quarter, as they put it, January 1st to the 31st here. And they are on a roll. I mean, they are just rolling. Let me show you what I mean here. So remember how we have the Wii, which is like this insanely fast-selling system, right? It sprinted to 100 million units, and then it fell off pretty bad towards the end, right? Well, Daniel Ahmed, who is great to follow, by the way, if you're interested in a lot of this stuff, how systems align, how they're selling compared to previous ones. The PlayStation 4 is now at a sell-in of 96.8 million. So yes, it will be crossing the 100 million mark probably in the next 2 quarters, I would say. Probably not this quarter, coming up the following quarter. So right when we're going to the holidays, we'll probably hear about it hitting 100 million, and then it'll go beyond that, as obviously they're looking at 16 million for this fiscal year that we're currently in. And if you look at it compared to the Wii is the red line, PlayStation 4 is this blue line. The PlayStation 4 has now surpassed the Wii if you align their months. So the PlayStation 4 at this very time is outselling the Wii in its lined up. And this is around when the Wii really topped off. Like, it just started to really plateau. So yes, the PlayStation 4 is about to just absolutely take off compared to the Wii. Now, it's going to cross, I think the PS1 is at like 102 or 103 million, and of course, or the PS1, and of course the PS2 is at like 155 million or some insane number. It's a number that I don't think any system will ever get to again. It was a crazy time, I'm telling you. The DVD players were it, and they were expensive, and the PS2 was a pretty good DVD player at the time, and people bought it up like crazy because of that. And it was a good strategy, and it worked. But we are now in a position where they have to start thinking about the PlayStation 5, and I think that's why they said that their their fiscal year coming up will have lowered expectations. They did. They warned investors that things wouldn't be great this fiscal year that we're seeing right now. Said, hey, be careful with your investments and stuff, relax, because we're going to be investing. We're going to be investing heavily. Here's actually Takashi Machizuki, we've been following for quite a while. Of course, he is the beat writer for Wall Street Journal when it comes to tech, so he's on top of it over there, talking with Sony. Couple things here. No next-gen PlayStation over the next 12 months. Okay, so we're not going to see the PlayStation 5 in that spring window, most likely, because if they don't launch it before, say, May, they're not going to launch it in the summertime. That makes no sense. They're going to launch it towards the end of the year. Most likely, the PlayStation 5 is going to fall into holiday of 2020, which, yeah, that's a little longer than I'd like it to. I mean, I want new hardware now, as soon as possible. But if they're not going to launch till then, I'm hoping that means that it's just going to be better because of that. Maybe the price is lower, right? Maybe just in general, it's designed better from like when it launches. So that's kind of the hope there. But after talking a bit about like PlayStation Now and everything, they talk about massive investment. So check this out. There's 31.1 billion yen. It's not dollars, it's yen. That actually translates to about $280 US. They're going to take that. That's the difference between the fiscal year previous and the fiscal year current. The amount of money that they made, their difference. They're going to invest that to help develop the PlayStation 5. That's quite a bit of money, right? That's more than $250 million they're going to be putting into the PS5 to develop it. Now, I was wondering what they would do with that. Well, of course, R&D isn't cheap, right? Research and development. So they're gonna work on things probably beyond, I would say, that SSD that we heard about. They're probably going to work with AMD, obviously, with Ryzen and Navi and everything. And I think we're going to get a pretty cool custom chip out of it. Microsoft, of course, will throw ridiculous amounts of money at their system to make it really, really good. And that's kind of why we assume theirs is, at this point, going to be stronger. But Sony, of course, has the proven track record with their studios. So we know they're going to launch, hopefully, with some games. If it's backwards compatible out of the gate, it's fine. Because that means we're going to be playing all of the PlayStation 4 games up to its launch, which Death Stranding, who knows when that comes out? That could be a 2021 game at this point. I hope it's not, but it could be. So like if Death Stranding launches a month before the PS5, but the PS5 is fully backwards compatible, who cares? The PS5 at that point is a drop-in replacement for your PS4 or your PS4 Pro, and that's fine. But taking that much money and putting it in could mean a couple things outside of just developing the system. While they say development, it could also mean that they have a budget set aside for taking a loss on the system. So let's say they get to a point where they're like, all right, we have to sell this thing for like $430 or $440 to break even on it. They might look at that and say, you know what, we're going to launch it at $400 and we'll eat the cost on that, for now, because we'll make the money back as we sell them. I still think Sony is concerned about going above 400, and I wonder if they really would launch this thing at 500. So it's very interesting to see that. And right now, Sony is heavily reliant on their PlayStation brand. Their gaming division is making quite a bit of money, especially when you compare it to everything around it. It is making a lot of money compared to stuff around it. Here's fiscal year 18. There's game and network services right there. Quite a bit in terms of sales compared to everything else. Here's some stuff like corporate elimination and stuff, obviously losing money there. But like everything else, the pictures division, music, like it's not even like really that close. So they, I think at this point, understand that they are, while they do other stuff, they're a gaming company. Like, I know Sony does TVs and cameras and sensors that are put into phones and stuff, and I think they even still do phones, right? Who knows? They're a gaming company. So I don't think they want to mess this up. I think they want to really strike hard here with the PlayStation 5, especially going up against Microsoft. And I think they're going to have a pretty good system in the PS5, especially taking that much money, investing it, kind of Sony's track record. I don't think they are. I don't think they're getting like overly confident to this point, because I think they still remember that PlayStation 3. At least I would hope they do. That's going to be the only system at this point for them in the home console business that did not sell 100 million systems. That's it. Like, the PS4 is going to be there this year. The PlayStation 1 got there. The PlayStation 2 easily got there. So I feel like they want the PS5 to be another 100 million unit seller, and they'll figure out a way to get it there. And they know what to avoid with the PS3. Let me know what you guys think about this down below, though, with the PlayStation 5 getting a massive investment from Sony. Sony absolutely crushing it, by the way, with the PlayStation 4. 17.8 million units shipped, and this system's been out since 2013, end of 2013, basically. But end of 2013, that is ridiculous for a system that's supposed to be winding down. Still almost shipping 18 million units. Fascinating stuff there. Let me know you guys think about this down below. What do you think they're going to use that investment to develop? What are they going to do with that exactly? Are they going to really build out the features, or do you think they're going to budget some of that for games, maybe to take losses on some stuff? Hard to say, but I'm curious what you guys think about this down below. Thanks guys for watching. Make sure you like the video if you liked it, dislike it if not, and I'll see you in the next video.